Ta-da! Am I early? Yes, I'm early. So I'll wait for you to catch up. You have a minute. You have a minute to pour maximum drinks. Quickly. Go, go, go. Okay. So I forgot to do any kind of thing where I tell people we're going to have a Katie's Arms. So here we are. And I'm kind of hoping, actually, probably not quite the thing to say, but I'm hoping we might be few on the ground, because I'm hoping everybody's out on a beach having a lovely time, or having a barbecue, or doing whatever. That's what I'm hoping is happening. Not that you're all not welcome, because of course you are. But mostly I hope people are having fun doing other things, because Katie's Arms, as you will know, was set up, where are my earrings from? Okay, we'll come to that. Katie's Arms was set up for all of the times of crisis that we're going through, to jolly ourselves along. And on a day where it's bloody 30 degrees and brilliant for once in this darn country, I'm hoping you're all doing fun stuff. I bloody love it when it's this hot. It could only be hotter for me. I think it's fantastic. It's the perfect temperature, and anybody who doesn't like it, I don't really care. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear that you're too hot, because for 10 months, possibly 11 months of the year, it's shit in this country. It's going to be nice for maybe 2, maybe 3 days. So you don't like that? Suck it up. I have to suck up this shit climate for 11 months. Anyone, like old people or my mum and dad telling me it's too hot? No, it's not. It's just about getting warm enough. Are we all clear? Yes. So many things to tell you. So the person asking about my earrings, yes, these are good. Hold on, let me show you. These were from a shop in Texas, so I can't help you. Ooh, look, aren't they good? Yes. And the ladies in the shop were just the best ladies, and I could have literally bought everything in there. And because they were so sweet, they went and got a goodie bag and started putting things in it that I didn't even pay for. I had the most fun, and I bought sneakers on, or trainers with sparkles, but these are like handmade and battered out of brass or something. So that's that. My glasses, golly, I tell you, I am turning into an influencer. Before you know it, I'll be like a sponsored, what do they call those people that wear things for people? Brand ambassador, huh? For old lady wear. These are from, who are these? I don't know. Shall I shout for lovely Mark and ask him? Hold on, does it say? Oh, it might say, but I can't read because I haven't got my glasses on. What's he called with there's only one guy that does glasses like this. Okay, I don't know. It's because I'm too shit at knowing things. Hold on. They look cheap. That's a great line. Because I tend to think things do look cheap on me, because they usually are. And on the subject, yes, the dangle style, we'll come to this. This is a memory jog for me. We'll come to this. It's not related to nipple tassels. Hold on. No, not Ted Baker. Tom Ford. These are Tom Ford. Okay, and I lose glasses quite a lot because I'm always on the move. And what else do you want to know? No, I need to tell you this. Bloody top was cheaper than, the average hooker in Liverpool. Can I say that? I feel pity for you. Do you? Because I love comments on here that are unkind, because they just crack me up. This top was so cheap. It was from something called, do you know Shein? Shein. I don't know how you say it. Help me. No one can help me because we're online. Anyway, it's from someone called Shin, that old people like me should never ever buy things from, because it's clearly for young people with very little disposable income. No offence, because everybody's bollocks at the moment. Hold on, I've got to have a drink. This is why we need to be in a pub, because then you guys would fill in the gaps. Anyway, it's bloody hot because it's cheap. And seriously, like, if this was made properly, I wouldn't be hot at all now. But because this is clearly made, I think maybe woven from the hairs of some small Indian, I don't know, Indian person, Chinese person working in a factory in terrible conditions. A bit like Squid Game, I think. I feel like this might be made from human hair, maybe leg hair or chest hair, because it's that level of hot. Or it's a very niche kind of, yes, exactly. My 14 and 17-year-old daughters love buying from Shun. They could just call it shit, couldn't they? Because it is actually quite shit. But I happen to like this colour But this is literally made from the nipple hair of some small Chinese lady who's been sat at the same machine making tops since the age of 7, and her fingers were probably bleeding into it. And in terms of just the sheer ability to hold human smell, I mean, it might have been made from armpit hair, I think. So that's an issue. And therefore, if you're buying from Shein, probably best that you are 14 or 17, where smelling like, well, you don't have armpit hair, do you? So you probably don't smell as much as me. Just a thought. Right. I've never watched your lives before, but you're cracking me up. That's the point, my darlings. Katie's Arms was designed just because these could do with a bit of work at the moment. I'm running it right now. I need to be push-upping, right? Push-upping. Just to prove to people that I'm not an old cow just yet. I could still twat them one if they look at me wrong or wear a mask or look pathetic in any way. Just piss off out my way. Yes, the idea is of Katie's Arms. Look, seriously, I'm now starting to sweat from the nose. And I don't even sweat. We may have to lose this top. If I had something on under, I tell you what, Shein. Do these things come with like a... I need some kind of fan. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, I need some... No. Oh, I need some through flow. I've got my Hoover here. Do you know what we could do, darlings? I wonder, if I set up my Hoover, look... we could get some kind of through flow with my... How do you make a Hoover blow? I'm telling you, you should also, if you haven't got this, you must get one of these. This is called, is it called a Shark? It has headlights. It's terrifically exciting and by far the best Hoover I've ever seen. Never by Dyson. A, because he's a twat. B, because he's a twat. And C, because he's a twat. And D, because he made those ridiculous F-bomb hand dryers in public toilets where you have to put your hands in. Do you know what I'm talking about? Hoover. Blades. Dyson blades. So on the subject of overheating, I've always had sweaty armpits, and I used to religiously use hand dryers in bathrooms to dry my armpits. Other girls will know. Or even my crotch, you know, at times. You try getting your crotch into a Dyson blade, and I have. So I've tried to get my whole armpit into a Dyson blade before just to try and dry my top, because you know what it's like if you have a sweat patch and you look like you've got fucking menopause. And I got caught with my armpit in a Dyson blade machine. And I couldn't really explain it away, to be honest, so I just walked back into the cubicle and locked the door. And then I had to wait for the woman to have like a full horse piss and then wash her hands and leave before I could come out again. Actually, shall I put the Hoover down now? Yes, this is called, let me just check. Oh yes, look, there's a buggering great name on it. Yes, Shark. If you're in the mood for a new Hoover, don't buy Dyson because he's an absolute Joey Deacon. Definitely get a Shark if you can afford it, but they're bloody expensive. Because I mean, what isn't these days, darling? How's dementia dog? I don't even want to talk about my dogs. They were covered in ticks today. I've been pulling ticks off, like pulling off small soy boys from my shins. Not only do I have to do that in my life, I have to pull ticks off dogs. Now, what did we want to talk about next? We've done my wee issues, done my sweat issues. This. People. Oh, Macron on Zelensky. How much did he want to bum him? Ah, so bad. So obviously many of us have known about Macron for the longest time. And we obviously know that Macron's wife is just a, how would we say? One for the cameras, although, you know, she's the age of a fucking 90-year-old, so she was the wrong sort for the cameras. And we all know that Macron's preferences, no judgment, are otherwise, but you could see he was like, Zelensky, ooh, ooh, ooh. I reckon on his own he's like watching Zelensky in his rubbers. He probably said, I love you in those eyes. Fuck Ukraine, let's go bang. Fuck the war. It's the war, let's make a love. We've gone a bit lower, haven't we? If anyone's suggesting I've been drinking, I haven't. This is just what I'm like. Okay, explaining the star. I've got to get something, so just amuse yourself with a view of my enormous boobs. Here. I nearly fell over my own bloody Hoover then, darlings. Here we go. I'll also say, at the moment, I'm failing to walk properly because I've stolen lovely Mark's flip-flops and they don't fit me. Darlings, look. I'm going to do this. Perspective is everything, isn't it? Here we are. So I bought this, my daughter this week. I know, I don't look old enough. Is that 18 or is that 81? Is that 18 for you or 81? I feel like that's 81. Okay, good. My daughter turned 18 this week, and oh look, maybe you can get some reflect. Does that do better for my wrinkles? Hold on. Let's just pretend that's normal. Yeah, see, look, you get some good light bounce from that. Although, arguably, I look like a bit of a twat. Anyway, nothing new there, darlings. So, for the first time look, see, if you're really good with lighting, you can really change look, see, lots of wrinkles. Ooh, less wrinkles. Macron is gay as fuck. That, my darling, there's a truth right there. Anyway, daughter 18, I'm home, first time in a millennia. I never make any kids' birthdays. Because, when they're young, who wants to be at a kid's birthday? No one. Anyone who says they do is just pretending. We all know, all of us know, kids' birthdays are shit. When they're little, they're shit. When they're mid-age and you have to organise shit and feed people and they're shouty and dirty and a pain in the ass, it's shit. The other mums are shit. No disrespect to those mums, but it's just shit. And they all turn up in their frumpy dresses with stripes on, all of their jewel stuff, and they talk shit. And then there's like some weird competition about, it's just shit. Kids, it's just shit. Anyway, my daughter's 18. I was like, I'm home. I'm going for it. I tidied her room. I cleaned it. I washed the walls. I washed the skirtings. You should have seen me. I was like a scrubber. And I actually cleaned properly because some of you will know. Hi, my darlings. Some of you will know my cleaning heritage and it's not strong. But watch this. I bought a F-bomb helium balloon. Helium inflator, yes. And of course I did the obligatory. Watch this. This is the one. Okay, ready? Okay, good, right? Very good. Very good by the one. Very nice. And now watch this. Exactly. So the moral of the story is, if your kid is 1, perfect, definitely buy shit inflatable balloons on eBay, Amazon, don't know, wherever I bought them from. If your kid is any more than 1 and you need a number to go with the 1, definitely don't buy any packs on Amazon or eBay or whatever. Hold on, I'll just get it from the because seriously, even when this was first inflated, right. And then we also bought the happy birthday, and as we blew it up, various bits exploded. I mean, we were probably a little over ambitious and we were all pissing ourselves laughing. So maybe we weren't taking it quite as seriously as we thought. And then we were trying to work out what we could still spell with the remaining letters. And I was like, can we spell twat? No, can we spell bollocks? And my son's like, Mum, you used to say happy birthday. You're not going to get bollocks out of happy birthday. So that's the story, morning glory. But my daughter's 18. I am getting that feeling that some of them may leave the nest one day and you guys are going to say no. You guys are going to say, my 35-year-old is still at home. Sod that. If that happens, my husband and I, lovely Mark, have discussed, if any of them think they're still staying past a certain age, we are just moving out. We're selling up, we're going. I'm all about living in Mexico anyway. Oh, did I bring my lovely books? No. Yes, so that's the plan. Now what we're talking about, Zelensky, definitely, Ukraine, what a joke. Boris is now over there. It's fucking like Disneyland, isn't it? They're all there. Boris was there, Macron was there, they're all walking around in perfect... How fucking small is Zelensky as a bidouer? She's going to have her first legal drink. She always said she wouldn't drink, and then she had a pina colada, and she was like, that's quite nice. Tell me... don't buy Shin. Never buy Shin. Shin is F-bomb hot. I've just felt a trickle go between my huge... Look at them. I've got a boob well, because they're just so big. Seriously, that's just because the top's really poorly made, isn't it? I don't actually have a boob well, it's just a shitly made top by someone who knitted their own pubes in some Chinese factory. Fuck's sake. Zelensky, yeah, they're all there because the news media has got bored of Ukraine. It started to drop out as a story, and now they're desperately drumming the drum. I nearly said drumming the bum, although in Zelensky and Macron's case. And so you can, they're desperate for a storyline for Ukraine. So now they've sent Boris, then they have because we don't give a shit anymore because we've moved on and there's worse things going on at home. And many of us recognise that it was all a bit of a bullshit thing anyway. A friend of ours, I say friend in the way that we say friend, when someone's not really a friend but you know them, and what else are you going to call them? A stranger down the road, has just taken in 2 Ukrainians. Because basically, it's a way of making cash, isn't it? Like, some people have dogs and they like house sit dogs. Other people are like, yeah, I'll get a couple. It's like they sound like they're talking about rodents or like goldfish. And it's Ukrainians, and they're all hoping for the hottie boom boom. And then there were these stories of all these Ukrainians who are homeless because they haven't got along with the people who were housing them. I think it's so funny. And I also think it's so funny that no one quite knows. So the people who were like desperately like, oh, Ukraine, oh, here's the flag, oh, and I'm going to have some Ukrainian family, oh. And you see them going down the road now like, oh, I'm going to hate that Ukraine flag. Oh. What would be a good Ukrainian name? I don't know. Chladiko. No, that's not. That's quite Polish. Anyway, the idea that, you know, one of them took, like Zelensky, took too long in the shower, and everyone's really pissed off now. They're like, oh, yeah, I hate Ukrainians, especially when they're in my house. That makes me laugh. So, what did I actually want to talk to you about? Yes. I wanted to say thank you to everybody getting involved with help. I really should have brought the book in. Shall I run and get it? Or can you just... I've got to run to the office. Don't look up my shorts. But look, my huge boobs. Right, just talk about yourself for 2 minutes. Okay, don't panic, I'm back. Does anyone else do lives where they're just not there? Is it only me that doesn't show up to my own life? Oh my God, I tell you, I ran to the office and I'm sweating like a hooker with kids to feed. Oh, this is my clipboard of power. I'll tell you a little story about this if I haven't already. So essentially I was asked to host, I know it's a bit noisy, but seriously, Shin. It's so cheap. I'm now sweating from the crotch. Whew. You know when you take your clothes off after you've got real sweat and you're like, thank God for that. Oh, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I was asked to do an auction and run an entire event, and that is not me. I mean, you must know, hot flush, you cheeky bastard. Australia 5:15, good morning, welcome. So sorry for the shit you're going through, and the fact I think your electricity is going to be rationed, isn't it, in Australia, because that's the same as panning out in California, and we're being threatened with that here in the winter, and I think it's coming to you now, isn't it, Australia? Someone will tell me. Someone I think has called me a bigot, but spelt bigot wrong. Darling, just going to give you a little learning assistant. Just say, oh, Sylvia, I've got a problem. I don't know how. I need to call the lady names on her live that I've chosen to join because I've made my own decisions because I want to watch her to call her names. But I don't know how to spell bigot. And I need a wee-wee and I can't go to the bathroom on my own. Come on, get your learning assistant. Off you pop. Off you pop, because I'm living in your head. Yes, anyway, so I had to run this whole event and I'm terrible at that. And there was about bloody 1,500 people there. And I'm supposed to be running an auction as well. I'm shit at that because I just end up laughing or taking the piss, especially if there's a shit prize. Like, don't make me auction a shit prize because I'm going to say, this prize is shit. It's not worth shit all, but if you still want to bid, brilliant. And so many people did. I mean, that's why my people are the best people, because they get me and that's fine. So what I did, I went to this shit, I think Target or somewhere, and I bought this clipboard and it had nothing on it, although actually this has notes now because I do prepare. And I just held the clipboard all night like this. And and when I had to do things, I'd be like, so now what we're getting... And I'd be looking at the clipboard, but there was nothing on it. But it just made me feel like... And then when I walked around the room, table to table, I could just look like I was kind of... It was just brilliant. It was just so fun for me, not for anyone else. Anyway, so the reason I just ran to the office, my loves. Yes, lovely Mark cut my hair with the kitchen scissors. But thank you. It's turned out just fine. And it saved me, 45 quid and 4 hours in a chair. So help... which is now in the, how do I do this? how do this stupid YouTube bloggers go, my link's in the bio. What about those ladies that teach you how to do hairstyles, right? When you're, what's that thing called? Reels. And they're like, do you wear your hair behind your ear? Well, why not? And they're doing all these lines and things that they've written. Why not consider doing this? And then they get like one shitty little hairband. And then they do a little tie, and then they like thread it through themselves. And then they put it, and they're like, there, look at that. And it gets like 150,000 likes, and you're like, oh my God. Young people are so, oh shit me, this shin top is hot. Young people are so, I don't want to say retarded, but Joe Deacon, or the whole ones where they tie shoelaces differently. And they show you how you could tie a shoelace if you want to tie a shoelace. Who is tying their shoelace differently? And if that, my darlings, is the way you're going to differentiate yourself in your life, seriously, people think I'm high as a kite. I'm literally not. This is how I am. I had a cider at the pub, but that was 6 o'clock cider, so that's different. Okay. I wanted to say thank you for everybody who's been getting involved with this. This is the help that lovely Mark made, in the sense that it's better than the Amazon version because it's hardback. It has a better cover, I think. Not that anyone gives a shit about that. Most importantly, if you go to the link in the thing, you can personalise it. And this is what I care about. I don't care about the book. I don't care about selling books. I don't care. I do want some people to read some of it if they're struggling, because there's a lot in there that's this, basically laughing at the world, laughing at me, people who think they need to kill themselves, people who've got cancer, people who don't want to live anymore, people who want to kill their husbands, people who are having a baby, people who think their friends are assholes. It's all in here, all from my life. And a lot of it I think it's fun, and I think it's helpful. And actually I think if you know how we don't like to talk about really, really difficult things, like if someone gets a terminal diagnosis, we don't really know what to say. This book kind of says it. And it's not a sad card or a happy card or a thinking of you card. It's a genuine talking through, if you're going to die, why that's okay. Because I was there and it was okay. And actually life's much better once you think you're always going to die. And it's also got top tips like, which one of my favourite, where's the one? If your heart is broken, keep crying. I really like that one. Swim naked. Everybody. In fact, in the next couple of days, definitely swim naked in the sea. Definitely. There's a reason why babies are pissed off when they're born. 1 minute they're having a lovely swim, and the next some rough-handed midwife is rubbing them down with a cheap towel. If you're pondering the meaning of life or in need of inspiration, swim naked. And I totally stand by that. Some of the best time I've had in water has been naked. What can I say? So that was that, and I was just saying it because I can personalise them. And the reason I say that is because I love it, because I get to speak to you. And actually, when I was writing them this week, and we got them all sent out, and I took them to the post office myself, it felt like I was sending out like little letters to everybody. And it felt a little bit like being on the radio again, where I get to whisper to you in my kitchen, you know? So that's why I love that. And what else must I tell you? I must tell you, 20th of August, I'm in Wales. I'll post up where it is. Llanelli. Shin Shan Llanelli. I'm coming to Wales. And you'll know that I was banned from schools in Wales. And Wales was also the theatres that hosted the assassination of Katie Hopkins, the actual play. And billboards went up all over, and people went along and thought it was a supremely funny thing. Oh, the assassination of Katie. Anyway, so that was in Wales. But I'm coming to Wales to do stand-up, or at least to make people laugh at me. I'm not wearing this top because I swear to God, under lights. Oh, thank you. Llanelli. Whatever you say, however you say that, I can put up directions. But if you fancy maybe like an overnight in Wales, I reckon we'll have a right laugh. And then I'm going to be back in Blackpool 10th of September. So those are two things. And I've got a secret plan that a lady in somewhere Cheshire is working with me on. And that's going to be quite a little, I want to say intimate for all the right reasons. But venues are starting to come in. Other people are helping me with a venue in Birmingham. So if you do know somewhere and you know the owner and the owner says, yes, they'll have me, this is the plan so I can get out amongst you. I want you in Scotland. I so want to come to Scotland. Because if I come to Scotland to do stand-up, I'm also going to find the little ginger dwarf from the north. I'm going to stand intimidatingly close to her, and I might even wear a top from Shin so that my armpit sweat is at, because that will be directly, won't it? That will be, what height is that on her? Just, I mean, I could probably waft down towards her tiny, shiny, balding forehead. Ginger dwarf from the north, stop being a twat. Many people like being part of Britain. Stop being a dickhead. She's just, just so I feel a bit about her like I do when I get a tick on one of the dogs. Not when I get a tick, when the dogs get ticks, when I have to pull them off. That's the same feeling I get about the ginger dwarf from the north. So yes, we must find venues in Scotland, and I will come and we will have fun, and that's what I care about. And I suppose, how's your lady garden? Good. My daughter got me a new razor today. Don't know if that was a hint or not. And it's on one of those hangers that you hang on your shower wall. New technology to me. And so everything is looking pretty good. Yeah. What was I going to tell you? Things are pretty shitty, I know. And we can feel this coming. Today I've been sent a poster from a walking clinic from a lady that because of monkeypox, awaiting new name, they're no longer taking walk-ins. If you've seen these in your clinics, let's just say you've had to go to a walk-in early in the morning. Oh God, did you hear that? It's my jaw that... What is going on with my jaw? Imagine if I dislocated my jaw. I'd be in A&E and not able to speak. Not able to take the piss out of anyone. Usually when I'm in places like hospitals, I'm always like, chop, 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 let's go. Because everyone walks so slowly, don't they? Because they're in elasticated wear. I think that's why. I've always thought NHS staff should have tailored uniforms. Tailored uniforms make people move faster. Anyway, so yes, yes, we can feel the darkness closing in, I know. And you know that we've got soft lockdown, haven't we, coming? And maybe you don't believe this, maybe you think I'm crazy, but no trains, Eurostar closing in Amsterdam, no planes, Gatwick, 50% reduction in flights, regional airports collapsed, the roads all with those speed limits, 50 miles an hour for no reason whatsoever, lanes being removed, private cars, too expensive to buy, can't buy a second-hand car, prices going up, £10 for a gallon. You can feel soft lockdown, and if you can't, good for you, because your world is simpler. And my personal view is that we should be having lessons in kids' schools or colleges, teaching them about water, how to find it, where to get it from, how to store it. We should be teaching kids power, where to get it from, how to get it, how to store it. And we should be teaching kids skills for if they need to make a choice later in life to do one and run away and sustain themselves. Those are the lessons we should be teaching. But most of all, do remember, as I promise to leave you and love you and leave you, is no matter how dark it gets, no matter what soft lockdown they bring, no matter the walk-ins that they cancel, no matter what they rebrand monkeypox as, which I think might be, I don't know, I'm hoping for the banana bug. We don't know. What I do know is that our side wins. And I know also that if you're on the side of people that want the best for each other, we definitely prevail. And that might not be in our lifetime, but it will be in the next or the one after that. And all we have to do is hold the baton and pass it on high, right? So you never want to pass the baton low. Any runners will know this. You pass it high, and that's what we'll do. And there will be action at some point. People will take to the streets and people will start to wake up. But meanwhile, we will keep up the charge. And if you want to call me a conspiracy theorist, a nutter, it doesn't matter to me, because that's just your opinion and I don't value it. Okay, my loves. So funny, I'm going off-grid. Exactly. Imagine the off-grid right now. If you were sensible and you were pitching to TV companies, or if they would take my ideas, we do an off-grid series, teach people how to get off-grid, not just show people who are off-grid, but physically take people through the steps they need to be able to source their own water, source their power, source their food, and live independently from government. That's what TV programmes should be doing right now, if any of them could see further than their own arseholes, which of course they can't. So maybe it comes down to me. Maybe we go off-grid together and we set this thing up. Maybe that's what Katie's Arms will become, the off-grid pub. So anyway, my loves, I hope you have a great couple of days. Enjoy the heat. If you hear anyone moaning, tell them, don't moan. Shut the F-bomb up. It's freezing 11 months of the year. You need some vitamin C, otherwise you get poorly. And for now, from me, and please do, if you want me to write you a book, go to the link up there. Don't watch anyone on Instagram who shows you how to do hair or makeup or eyebrows or tie shoelaces, because frankly your life is worth more than that. From me here at the Katie's Arms, cheers, and go you good things, bloody well go and show people that there's a better way than their miserable little lives. Ooh. See you later.